Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a workout using our Pilates ball. We're going to start off laying all the way down on our mat. So you can lie down here and we're going to lift the hips and place the ball right underneath the tailbone. So this exercise or this workout today is going to be slightly more intermediate. We're going to introduce some more challenging exercises throughout. So let's go ahead and relax the tailbone onto the ball. You can find that perfect sweet spot. We're going to find that spot by doing a couple pelvic tilts. So we'll take a breath in. When we exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis, and you should be able to lower that middle spine down towards the floor and that lower spine down towards the floor, almost like you're going into that imprint of the spine. So you should be able to find that here. If you can't, you might need to just move the ball down a little bit lower, further down towards the tailbone. And then we're going to come back into a neutral position. I want you to take your right palm and just place it down on the floor. We're going to take our left arm and our right leg up to the ceiling. Draw the abs in, and as we exhale, we're just going to stretch it out. Inhale, draw it back in. Perfect. We're going to be here for about 3 more. Last 2. And then last 1. Then we'll go ahead and send that leg down to the mat and send that palm down to the mat as well. And we'll switch it over to the other side. So we're going to take the left leg straight up to the ceiling, right arm straight up to the ceiling, and then we'll exhale, just stretch it away. Inhale, pulling it back in. We'll do just a couple like that. Stretch and come back to center, really drawing the abs in even as I stretch. 2 more. We'll be here for our last 1. And then let's go ahead and relax it all down. And then from here, I want you to just bring the right leg into a tabletop and then the left. So now we're kind of floating and balancing on our ball. We're going to take both legs up to the ceiling. I'm just going to go into a little scissor, sending the left leg down and then the right. Left and right. Perfect. We're going to take 2 more to each side. Left and right. Last one on the left. And then last one here on the right. Perfect. We're going to take the legs down, plant them into the floor. We're going to go right into some bridging. So the first step is we're just going to take our palms and place it into the ball where our arms can be stretched. Pressing down, we're going to do a half bridge. So we're just tapping the hips down. Exhale, lift. And I'm just pressing into the ball the whole time to activate the core. So it's just a little bit of a half bridge. Rolling the ball away from my shoulders. We're going to be here for 4. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Perfect. I'm going to take the ball from underneath the hips. I'm just going to place it right behind my right thigh. So squeezing the ball in between my thigh and my calf. I'm going to come up into that single leg bridge, holding that ball in between. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. For 4. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Perfect. Take that leg down. Let's switch it over to the other side. We're going to take the ball, place it right behind the left. Hold it here. We're going to go right into our hinge bridge. So exhaling, lift. Inhaling, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1. Perfect. Come all the way down. We're going to take that ball out and just grab it in between the palms. So from here, we're going to go into some single leg bridges with the ball in between the palms. Take that right leg up to the ceiling, and we're just going to hold it here to lift and lower. Lift and lower. On the next one, let's hold it here. We're going to draw the knee to the ball and stretch. In and stretch. Keep the hips up. 4, 3, last 2, and 1 more. Draw the hips down, relax that leg. We're going to take it over to the other side. So now the left leg's going to come straight up to the ceiling. Arms are going to reach up to the ceiling as well. And we're just going to start off with our single leg bridge. So scoop it up and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. We lift and hold. Tap, extend. Tap, extend. 3 more. Tap, extend. Keep the hips up. 2. Last one. Go ahead and lower the hips all the way down. Relax that leg. You can come into a little bit of a crisscross, stretching through your right hip. And then we'll switch into figure 4 on the other side. And then we're going to take the ball and just place it right between our shins. And we're going to round up to seated. We're going to do some of our single leg stretch or double leg stretch ab series here on the mat. But now we're going to come up into our forearm kneeling, which you haven't really done before, but just lift it up onto the forearms. So not quite kneeling, but lifting up into the forearms. We're going to lift the toes. The ball is right in between the shins. We're going to start off with some toe taps. So draw the abs in, press through your shoulders, keep your head lifted, chin out of the neck, or chin not curled into your neck. And then we're just going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. And you can always modify by going back down, lying on the mat, and just adding a chest lift if you want to take it back down there for a modification today. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. We're going to relax the feet down onto the floor. Take a little pause here. When we lower and lift, we really want to pull the abs in and not have ourselves collapse in the spine. So lift and draw your abs in. We're going to add on to that. So now we're going to take the legs up into a tabletop and we're going to bend and stretch. So we're going to press and draw it in. Stretch and pull. Keep the abs nice and tight. Keep the spine lifted, chest lifted, out of the shoulders. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Perfect. Go ahead and relax here. We got 2 more exercises here, and then we're going to switch into something different. So the next exercise, we're going to actually extend the legs and we're going to go into a lower and lift. So really press out of the shoulder blades. Let's keep that good, comfortable spine position. You can kind of tilt the tailbone down. Draw the legs up, straight up to the ceiling. We're going to lower and lift. Now the lower you take the legs down, the more challenging it'll be. And really squeeze that ball so we can work into those inner thighs. 2 more. Last 1. And then we're going to relax it down. We have 1 more exercise here where we're going to get into those obliques. So we're going to go into a can-can. So it's 2 different moves here. You're going to start with the legs in a tabletop. We're just going to take a little tilt over to the right, stretch the legs, bend it back, come back to center. We're going to stretch the legs over, bend it back, come over to center. Now we're going to take it up a notch. Stretch the legs, sweep up to the middle, bend your knees. To the left, stretch, sweep up, bend your knees. 1 more over to the left. Last 1 over to the right. Perfect. And then we'll just relax the legs down, We're going to keep that ball in between our shins, and we're just going to come all the way up. And I want to have your heels on the mat for a little bit of cushion. And then from here, we're just going to turn the palms to face out. We're going to do some thrust of the hips up to the ceiling. So take a breath in, press your heels down into the floor. You can squeeze that ball in between your shins. And we're just going to lift the hips and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4 more. Exhale, lift. And lower. If you want, you can add in a little tricep dip before you lower back down. That's an option. For your last 2 here. And last one, lift and come all the way down. From here, we're just going to take a breath, reach up overhead, flex the toes so we can reach down, give ourselves a little stretch, restack the spine through the center. We're going to do one more like that. Take a breath in, reach up, exhale to fold, restack the spine, coming right up through center, and we're going to take the ball in our hands as we come to side kneeling. So we're going to do a couple exercises here in side kneeling. We're going to start off with that right knee down, and you can fold your mat in half so that you have a little bit more cushion under the right knee, just like this. Just place it right under there. And then you want to make sure your heel is right in line with the knee. We're going to stretch that left leg out. So we're going to start off in this position. Shoulders right over the hips, not leaning forward or back. Tuck the tailbone in, nice long line from the heel all the way up to your hip. Let's start off with some obliques, some right obliques. So we're going to take this left arm and we're going to roll that ball down towards the knee, stretch it up and over. Come back up to center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, back up to center. On the next one, we're going to take it down. We're going to do little pulses, rolling the ball down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come back up to center. You can give yourself a little counter stretch here onto this left side. And remember, you can sit back onto your heel if you ever need a little stretch in between or a little rest on the knee. Now let's take the ball in between the palms, right at chest height. We're going to do a rotation inwards, now working onto those left obliques. Take a breath in, exhale, you're going to twist towards that left thigh and then back to the center. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, 3 more. Exhale for a twist. And back to center. Last 2. And then we got 1 more here. And then we'll go ahead and relax here. We're going to sit back on our heel, give ourselves a little stretch. But we're going to stay on this side. I'm going to start with that ball in between my thighs. And I'm going to have my right hip down. You can have your heels or your inner soles of your feet connecting. We're going to start with the hip on the floor. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to lift and lower. I'm not going to come all the way down because I want to keep my obliques active the whole time. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more, reaching right up over that shoulder. Last 1. Let's stay here on this side, but we're going to come down to that right forearm, right underneath, elbow right underneath the shoulder. And I'm not resting in my shoulder. I'm lifting out of that shoulder. We're going to have those heels connected. I'm going to take my hand, place it right behind the head. I'm going to pull that knee to the elbow, back to the center. Pull knee to the elbow, back to the center. So I'm just kind of rocking on that right hip, using those left obliques to squeeze and lengthen. 3 more. Keep lifting into that right shoulder. Last 2. Last 1. Perfect. We're just going to take that ball Give ourselves a little rotation onto all fours before we take it over to the other side for all of that oblique work on the other direction. So let's start off here. You're going to take the ball. This is going to be a little bit of a balance challenge. It's going to go right underneath your left knee to start. Your left toes can just rest down on the floor, and then find a good position with your palms right underneath the shoulders. And you want to make sure that you're pressing through your palms so that your shoulders aren't collapsed in. This is why you want your ball to be slightly deflated for this one. So let's go ahead and stretch that right leg back. We're going to go into a lower and lift. Point your toe and lift. Keep pressing through your palms to lift out of those shoulder blades. Pull your abs up and in. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Perfect. We can relax in between. We got a couple more exercises here. Now we're going to go ahead and lift up into that position, but this time I want you to draw the knee in towards the center and then stretch. Into the center and stretch. 3 more. Keep pressing through your palms. Lift out of your shoulder blades for these last 2. Last 1. And then relax it down. We got 2 more exercises here before we switch it over to the other side. So we're going to press up, lift up. We're going to go into some donkey kicks. So we're going to draw the knee down and lift, squeezing the glute. In and up. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1. And then relax all the way down. Now we're going to do something with this left side. So we're going to take the right leg back, hold it up, and then from here I want you to roll that ball in towards that right elbow. Roll it in. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1. And then go ahead and sit the hips back. Take your ball, roll it away, give yourself a little stretch before we take it over to that other side. Deep breaths in and out. And then we're going to come back to the center and we're going to do everything that we just did now on the other side. So the ball is going to go right underneath your right knee. Palms are going to come down onto the floor. Tuck your right toes under so you have your balance. And then from here, we're going to stretch the left leg back. Let's go right into our lower and lift. Exhale, squeeze the glute up. Pressing through your palms. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1. Perfect. Relax it here. We're going to go for that bend and stretch, drawing the knee in and then stretching the leg out. So let's press into our palms, lift that leg up. We're going to pull the knee in and stretch. Pull the knee in and stretch. Pull it in and stretch. 2 more. Last 1. And then relax it here. 1 more exercise and then those oblique twists, and then we'll go back to our obliques on the other side. So now we're going to go into those donkey kicks. So lift up, stamp your heel up to the ceiling, draw it in. 6 more like that. Last 5. Keep breathing. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. And last 1. Go ahead and send those hips back. Give yourself a little stretch before we go into our opposite knee to elbow. So we're going to stretch the left leg back. You can always take the left knee down if you need a little break in between. Lifting up, we're going to pull that knee towards that left elbow. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. And last 1. Pull it in, send the hips back, take this ball and roll it away for your child's pose. Give yourself a nice stretch left and right. And then let's come up to center. We're going to switch it over. So now we can work into the obliques on the other side. So you can fold your mat. We're going to have left knee down here. And then right leg will be stretched. Let's start off by placing that ball right on your left hip. And then your right arm is going to come up and over, reaching over. You want to draw those abs up and in. On the next one, we're going to roll it down and come back up. Little pulses there, 1 inch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we come all the way up through center. Relax it here. We're going to go into that rotation, internal rotation. So we'll bring the ball to the chest, still standing up nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to twist towards that right thigh. Exhale, we twist. Back to the center. Let's go into 3 more here, 3 more rotations. Last 2. We got 1 more. Come back to the center. You can relax the ball. Give yourself that opposite stretch. And then we'll go ahead and release our mat so we can come down into that kneeling position or side laying position. We place that ball right between the thighs. Left palm is going to be down. Heels or the soles of the feet can come together. We're going to reach it up to the ceiling. A little kneel down and lift. So I'm not bringing the hip all the way down to the floor. I'm using those left obliques to lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more. Lift, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Last 2. Last 1. And then we'll come all the way down. I'm going to come onto the forearm here. Forearm is rested. I'm pressing out of the shoulder. So I'm not collapsing the shoulder. Got those abs lifted. We're going to go into that oblique squeeze, pull it up and lower. So I'm just kind of rolling on my left hip, but using my obliques to lift my knee to my elbow. And my feet kind of aren't touching the floor, but you can bring them down to the floor if you need a little modification. For your last 3. 2 more. Last 1. Perfect. Go ahead and relax here. We're going to take that ball, place it in front of us, lying down on your belly. And we're just going to do some extension of the spine to release the spine after we did quite a bit of flexion. So we're just going to roll the ball away, lengthen and point your toes, activate your glutes. Inhale, lift up into a spine extension. And for spine extension, you don't want to curl your neck all the way back like that. We want to keep our head on the spine in a comfortable position. So it's a little bit of extension of the neck, but not hyperextending. And then your shoulders are down and back. They're not up here by your ears. I'm going to do 2 more. Last 1. And you can relax it down. We're just going to send the knees back, send the hips back into a bit of a child's pose. Bring that ball in. And I'm just going to roll it to the opposite side to get a little twist. And then I'm going to take it over to this right side for our twist. And then let's do 1 last stretch to kind of release the obliques. I'm going to come into my mermaid pose or my Z-sit. I'm going to take the ball, place it right on that left hand or left palm. roll it away and reach the right arm up and over to stretch into my right obliques. So we roll it away, exhale, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, come back up to center. You can stay there, or if you want, you can give yourself a little twist. Rolling deep, stretching into your left hip a little bit more. I'm going to come back up to center. We're going to reach it up and over. Take a lateral bend. And then come back in the center. We're going to switch it over to the other side. Z-sit facing the other direction. Left arm out to a T. We just roll the ball away, reach up and over. Exhale, reach up and over. This is my favorite stretch. I love a mermaid. You can always take it up and over, rotate, stretch a little deeper into that right hip. Coming back up to center, opening out, reaching the right arm up and over. Perfect. And then we're just going to come here. You can sit any direction that feels good for you. And from here, I'm just going to take a nice inhale, reach up overhead, round all the way up to my toes. If you want, you can even have that ball here to push away the toes to lengthen, and then roll it up to the thighs. Take it up overhead. Exhale, folding, restacking the spine right through the center. We'll do one more like that. Take it up and over. Exhale, you're folding, restacking the spine right through the center. And then once we reach here, we are all done. This beginner to intermediate exercise using our Pilates ball. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. If you are part of the 21-day challenge, we are killing it right now. I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. And please like and subscribe if you're new here. And definitely leave a comment and let me know how the challenge is going for you or how your newfound Pilates practice has been treating you so far. See you in the next video. Bye.